Hey everybody, oh boy, we have got a lot of topics to talk about today, or really two big topics. And first, let me apologize for not being here. Been kind of busy since early this morning. Also, I had to stop by Reddit and Twitter to pick up the extra large kegs of salty tears that I had left sitting around. And, well, they were kind of heavy. I had to call in some friends to help me get them. I mean, jeez. Especially the extra large ones that I left on Twitter. I am also banned from our politics because I just simply posted it there. Ha ha ha, I'm here to collect your salty tears, you liberal bitches. So what all has happened? First of all, Roe v. Wade. And I have to admit, I had some razor fist style rant up and ready to go. But I've calmed down a little bit since earlier. So, to be quite brutally honest, look, if you're going to cry about this, cry about it. I mean, I just can't be asked to care. I'm quite happy that Roe v. Wade has been overturned, but as I've said before in my old video about my opinion on abortion, Roe v. Wade just returns this back to the states, and the states are going to do what they've been doing now for pretty much 5 decades. Wherein what they have done consistently is said, well, the states will decide. So you have one state that basically tries to ban abortion down to conception and kind of gets away with it. And the other states that want to increase the chances of abortion up to pretty much birth, and they're not getting away with that. So then, why are we crying? Why are people upset? Why this? Why that? Look, guys, the honest truth is, while I am quite overjoyed at the liberal tears that are being poured out because, oh no, I can't abort my baby whenever I want. I can't use abortion as contraception, which is what really a lot of these women are arguing. It is downright out foolish for you to protest, riot, and cut up and act a fool. I haven't watched a Tim Pool's live stream yet. I may have to watch that and see what he's going to say. But I've pretty much already figured it's going to be something around the lines of, there's probably going to be riots and protests and civil war. Look, Tim, just bulletproof your fucking beanie, hole up in your damn house and at your damn studio, and shut the fuck up. Honestly, man, nobody's gonna go to civil war over this. Honestly, nobody's going to fucking civil war over this. They're not. They're just not. So get over it, man, please. Oh, God. I swear some people want civil war so they'll have something to talk about. That's pretty much about all there is to it. So, I live in a red state. I'm not too much damn worried about this. Abortions were hard to get in this state from the first place. They cut it down to 3 months years ago. And now at most they're probably going to cut it down to 1 month. And I kind of agree with that. I'm very anti-abortion. I'm very pro-life, as I have said in one of my previous videos. This whole thing is just blown out of proportion. And you got some of these libtards running around now, oh my God, the red states are going to totally ban abortion. So what? The blue states are going to now write in all of these laws as quickly as possible saying, yeah, okay, abort all you want. So if you live in a red state and you need an abortion for some fucking reason, take your sorry ass over to a damn blue state. It can't be that fucking hard. Whether you walk, you fly, you drive, get somebody to drive you. Hell, if you whore enough to spread your goddamn legs to get fucked and end up pregnant, then I'm pretty sure you can fuck somebody to get them to take you across state lines so you can get an abortion. You won't get pregnant again. And if you can't get back home, well, you're stuck in a blue state. So, figure it out for yourself. But my personal thing on this is that, take responsibility for yourself. You whiners who don't know how to use birth control. Now, I've already said in my last video, exceptions for rape is what I'm giving out. But incest, well, go watch my previous video on that, okay? So now, guns. really, well, let me say this. Sticks and Razorfist and several other people were really excited about this thing with the 2A debate. And basically, this whole entire law, or should I say this decision, does not suddenly bolster 2A rights across the country. Now, what some states can do now, or some organizations, is they can turn around and argue, well, look at what they did over in New York. Look at what the Supreme Court said. What New York was originally doing was coming up with all these excuses not to issue permits to people who want a gun in order to have a handgun or a long rifle. You literally had to go to the state and say, hey, look, I want a permit. You had to have a permit to have a gun. And they could give any reason not to give you a permit, as well as any reason that you gave. They could say, well, okay, yeah, that's a good enough reason. And what happened is that basically this decision by SCOTUS overturned that and saying you have to give out permits if somebody comes and asks for a gun, and you can't ask their reasons. You have to give them a permit, and then they can go out and buy a gun. Oy vey, oy vey. But you'd hear half the liberal politicians were acting like they had just declared constitutional carry and open carry, and all 50 states must now be fucking observed. Which, according to the Constitution, yes, it should be. Oh no. I know some people who listen to me and watch me will be trembling in their fucking boots. But I actually live in what you could consider a open carry, concealed carry state. Now, if you want to conceal carry, you have to have a permit. If you want to open carry, you kind of can. The way that I looked up the laws basically is if you've got a rifle, you can open carry. You don't need a permit to open carry or anything. Technically the same thing with a handgun, but what my state allows is that any property you go on, if they say no, you can't have a gun, or if the cops want to pull you over and say, hey, look, mister, you got to give up your gun. But you do not have to have a permit to own or have a handgun or a long rifle. So yay, whoop-de-doo. Now, part of what I do is critique what other people have said. So we're going to get to the big wigs here. HB, hard bastard, he's like, I don't care. You know, as far as 2A goes, he just won't, if you want to carry a gun, carry a gun. That's how he feels about it. Same thing goes for Sticks and for Razor Fist. And well, Carl Benjamin, aka Sargon of Akkad, whatever. You know, he lives in a country where they don't allow him to have a handgun. So, poor guy. Poor guy. Oh man. So, as far as Razor Fist goes, he's saying, well, look, I don't like abortion. I'm glad this Roe v. Wade was overturned. But he's a bit of a pragmatist in that he's saying, well, it just returns this thing to the state. So if you live in a blue state, you're fine. If you live in a red state, not so fine. But if you're that damn desperate to get an abortion, just haul your ass over to a blue state. As he stated, and some other people have stated, certain businesses are now literally putting out policy that says that your medical benefits, your health insurance, will now cover out-of-state trips. So, like, let's say you live in North Carolina and they've banned abortion, and you work for one of these companies. Bank of America actually said, now, if you got health benefits through us, we will pay for you to travel out of state. We will reimburse you. Let me put that caveat on it. They will reimburse travel expenses for certain medical procedures, and they will reimburse you for the medical procedures. So now, what does that mean? If you have to travel out of state, let's say you live in North Carolina, you have to travel, I guess, to New York or wherever it is to get an abortion. And you have to travel 500 miles, so 2 tanks of gas, maybe 3, to get there. They'll reimburse you for that. If the abortion costs you $1,000, they will reimburse you for that. But now, let me tell you something about getting reimbursed. I've had to do that before with other things. It can take anywhere from 1 week to 6 months for you to get a reimbursement check. So, well, at least you're covered, you know. You sorry ass bastards. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, damn, your health insurance, your company Giving health insurance is not going to cover you traveling out of state to go get an abortion. Well, ladies, I guess you still got your right to kill your kid. Sick, sad, sick, sad. Now, Sticks, I totally don't agree with his view on things. He's like, oh, women should have a right to abort. Up to a certain extent, I don't think you should be aborting your kid at 9 months or right as you're coming out of the womb. I think that's a bit extreme. That's basically what he said. But he also said that he's a pragmatist. He believes that Roe versus Wade was never constitutional from the start, so he's glad to see it overturned. Return it to the states and let the states quarrel and argue it out with their populace. But the federal government should not be deciding whether or not states have to hand out abortions to people. So, okay, I can agree with his pragmatic view. Where does my view come from? Primarily because I'm Christian and conservative. Okay, so just in case you don't know. So I disagree with Sticks. I disagree with his pro-choice views, but I accept it. In other words, I'm not going to stop watching Sticks Hexenhammer because he's pro-choice. Okay? Sargon, over the last few years, he's went from, well, women's right to choose, that's okay, to, well, in the cases of rape and incest, I'm okay with it. And maybe we should limit it to safe and necessary. Okay, Sargon, I have no problem there. HB is like, no abortion whatsoever. None. Okay, fine. Although he'd probably say, if I ever ask him again, he'd be like, well, okay, if rape happened. But incest, like I said before in my video, if you got drunk and slept with your cousin or other blood relative and you got pregnant, that's on you. Don't abort the kid. Just have some damn common sense or some shit. Now, I've been watching Twitter and I've been watching Reddit as well. Oh, God. The salty fucking tears out of these people. And it's so fucking bad. It has spread beyond our politics. I'm subscribed to our picks. And literally some guy posted a picture, starting a thread of the American flag upside down pinned to his garage. And everybody just brought this right into abortion. And I just typed in, I just said, look, people, ain't nobody taking away your abortion rights. This returned the abortion debate and controversy to the states. So if you live in a blue state, you're fine. If you live in a red state, you can come to a blue state and get an abortion. That's it. Now, I'm probably going to be banned from our picks after that. Now, I really just don't care. I mean, I know Reddit is a leftist shithole. Maybe I need to go check Twitter some more. Oh, no, well, I've already have, and Twitter's just, oh, God, what are we going to do? Oh, God, what are we going to do? And I'm amazed at the conservatives who are there. I think the conservatives that I do see on Twitter, they're kind of like, well, that's really bad that you guys can't just abort your babies, but, you're just going to have to live with it now. Some conservatives are more like, well, you got to just go to a blue state and get an abortion if you live in a red state. Okay? Just live with it. The conservative reaction seems to be kind of lukewarm on all this, which is fine. I think we're just sort of sitting back and going, you know what? We've got a victory. There ain't no use of going on in anything else. Now, one thing I did see on Twitter and on Reddit is all of these articles that were suddenly being written up saying that Thomas has declared that next they're going after contraception and gay marriage. And I'm like, huh? Why would he even do that? That doesn't make any fucking sense. It really, truly doesn't. And I don't think that's going to happen. Well, at the end of the day, all of this is a bit of political sophistry. The leftist politicians, they don't care. Trust me, they do not fucking care one bit. Because most of them are old, they've had their children or haven't had their children, and this is just another political thing that they can use. The people on the right, the politicians on the right, they're, yay, victory for us, okay, fine. Except for the rhinos. Beyond that, it's just, I don't know, folks. I am very happy about this, but I've had a chance to calm down too and go, let's think on this. And right now, my thoughts are still the same that yes, I am very glad that Roe versus Wade was overturned. I am glad that the New York gun laws have been squashed, and now, at least in New York, you can defend yourself a little easier, but not too much so. Like I said, if you want to carry a gun, move to a red state. Just move to a red state or a state that's got constitutional carry or something. I'm pretty sure there's a few blue states that have that. Well, folks, that's it for this video. I'm going to see if I can come up with a few more over the next hour or so. But I'm going to go check Tim Pool and a couple of others and see what's being said on there. So everybody take care. Have a blessed day.